Claude Code is by far the most powerful AI tool you can put on your computer. But the first time I opened it, I was completely lost. I thought it was for programmers, but I'm not one. Then I built this website. Every animation on this page, Claude Code made all of it. I didn't write a single line of code, and websites are just the start. This work tracker on my phone, where I can add tasks, drag it between columns, and time how long it takes me to complete it, Claude Code built that without me ever touching any code. And this automated video editing workflow, I just drop raw video recordings into this folder, and Claude Code takes out the pauses, cuts the retakes, adds animations and sound effects, and I get an almost perfectly edited long-form video. You're going to set up Claude Code from zero on your computer. You're going to learn every option you need to know about as a beginner and what you can ignore. And we're going to build this exact website, the app on your phone, and right at the end, the video editing process. Again, you don't need any coding experience, none. You will see every prompt I type, every option I select, every click I make, and there's nothing technical in any of that required of you. Go to Claude.ai, and if you're on the free Claude account, you have to upgrade it to the Pro plan. That's $20 a month to access Claude Code, because Claude Code will not run on the free plan. And usually you see an upgrade button here at the top or here in the menu under settings. And once you've upgraded, the next step is to go to download the desktop app for Claude. So select your operating system, then click on download, then just install it on your computer. And then let's open up Claude. Now let's click on start. Here I need to sign in with the account I've just upgraded. Now you're in the desktop app, but you're still not in Claude Code yet. You see there is a home and there is a code tab. We want to click on code. So home is the normal chat and code is where we can access Claude Code. And now we're in it. The first thing I want to do is I want to minimize the sidebar for most of the time. Now what you're left with here, you see at the top there's some analytics about your usage. You can ignore that. And here you see there's just a chat box field like you're already familiar with the normal Claude chat you have been chatting back and forth with. There are just a handful of things around there that are different. And those things make all the difference. Those extra features you only have access to in Claude Code. So let me walk you along it at the bottom here, from left to right, before we build anything. First one is modes. We have the manual mode that asks you for approval and input before every single task. And when you click accept edits, well, it lets it change files, but still checks before it makes bigger changes. Plan means it can look and think and ask questions, but doesn't start building yet until the plan is confirmed by you. Auto mode will only occasionally ask you for permissions for bigger installations or access or changes. And bypass permissions is, well, it doesn't ask you anymore. It just builds what you told it to build until it's done. But you also then have really control, right? It can freely access all your files on your computer without your approval. I don't want that. That's why I usually first start with plan and then switch to auto once the plan is done. So let's keep it at auto. Here I click on enable auto mode. Next we have this plus. It says add files of photos, add a folder, /commands, connectors, add a plugin. Well, if you click on add files and photos, right, you can add any files or photos to it. Add a folder. Well, this is important. It opens your file explorer on your computer, and I'm going to make a folder, right? Because when I have a new project, I want all the files to be stored in one folder. So I go to my Claude Code projects, make a new folder. I just call it demo website, double click it, click on select folder. And now you see I have added it to my Claude Code project. And now Claude Code has access to the folder and can store files and update files inside the folder. We are going to get to the other things in a minute when we actually need /commands and connectors. Now let's continue to the microphone. Instead of typing, you talk. So unless I have specific prompts I need to refine by hand, I will do most of the building and back and forth with Claude Code just by talking to it through my microphone, because it's much faster than just typing. So when I'm done with my request, I just click on the microphone again and it will stop the dictation. Then I will just click send. Then we have models. Usually it's already pre-selected one. For me, it's Sonnet 5. So Haiku is the cheapest model model for small jobs. Sonnet is what I'll use for almost anything. Opus is when something becomes generally difficult, when you have a complex feature you want to build in your web application, or a much deeper analysis with a lot of data. And then there's also Fable 5, which is supposedly the smartest model, but it's also the most expensive one, and you will need to buy extra usage credits, so it doesn't run on your normal pro plan. So my rule is simple. I just start with Sonnet, and if it fails the same thing twice, I can always switch to Opus 5. Now, next to it we have effort. Well, effort means just how thorough it is with your answers. You can drag this from low to ultra code. So the higher the scale is, the deeper it may think about your tasks, but also the more credits you spend. I just leave them where they were, usually at high. I never needed to change it so far. This circle is your context window, the short-term memory for this conversation you have with Claude Code. When it fills up, then Claude starts to forget things that you agreed on and discussed earlier. But then there is a trick you can use: compress this context window again and set it back, which I will show you in a specific command later in the video. This one shows your limits, what you've used in the last 5 hours and for the week. And those limits reset regularly every 5 hours or weekly. And that's generally everything you need to know to start. So let's build that website. This is the site I'm rebuilding. It has like black background, this purple coloring, a few simple animations. And what I already did is I recorded my screen as I scrolled through this page, because if I would only take a screenshot, it would not get the animations, but I need Claude Code also to replicate those animations. So I will now add a screen recording to my demo website folder. I go there, there's my screen recording, copy that, Claude Code projects, demo website, put the file in. Perfect. Now I'm leaving this to Sonnet because it should handle it fine and it's the cheapest model I've got. Now I'm going to get the prompt for this to rebuild this website from this video screen recording. We have it here, paste it here. While it's spilling, let me show you a few commands that are really useful. The first one is just type an add symbol, and this allows you to pick any file that's in your folder. So this is only useful if you need Claude Code to look specifically into a certain file. When you type a /, it opens a few preset commands, and I give you 3 that actually matter. The first one is init, this one. You would run this when you open a new folder that has already files in it, and Claude Code should read it and continue with the project and understand the current status of it and all the files in it. Then we have compact. This frees up your context, your short-term memory. Remember, that's the circle I showed you here, right? The context window, you see it's already filling up at 8%. And at some point it will be at 100%. And then you want to run compact, and then you could reduce it significantly, right? Usually by a factor of 10. So if you're at 25% or at 90%, it could get it down to 10% again. And then you can still keep building that in the same conversation. Then we have BTW, meaning by the way. So if you're in the middle of building something like I am right now, and you have a different question, but you don't want to interrupt what it's doing right now, then I could ask it something and then send it. And then you see it opens a side chat. And there it is. I admit I had to go back and forth a few times, and I even switched to Opus 5 specifically to generate me this animation here at the background. I could just say, put this website online for me and give me a link. Now it has given me a link, but I could already open this website. Let's build a web app. Projects, let's call it work tracker demo. Select the folder. This one, let's use Sonnet again. Now I'm switching to the plan mode. I want to have this one, the work task tracking app I want to build, so I can track my tasks. You see it starts asking questions, right? It asks me, how do you want to access this on your phone? A free static website, or just open the file locally, right? So it recommends the first one. Yes, it should work on my phone, right? So I click that. Then it says dragging tasks between columns on a touchscreen needs a different handling than a mouse dragging. What do we want? Real touch drag? Well, yes, you press on a card and move it around. Yes, I also picked the recommended. If you don't know which to choose, you can tell it, just pick the option you think is best for my specific use case. And here it's come up with my plan here on the right. I read through this and see if this is exactly what I want. I can reject the plan, revise the plan, accept the plan. I will just click on accept and auto mode. And then it will start building. Now, even though it's set to auto, for a few processes it needs to run, it will ask you. Now you see it's opened the page already. So it can basically check the features it's building and testing it out as it's building them. So I don't even even have the test map, right? Claude Code is doing it for me. Now put this web app online so I can open on my phone and give me a link for that. It tells me go to app notify drop. Okay, I need to put in here, open a folder, and then I need to open the demo folder. I need to copy this password, go down, click on open, enter it here. Oh, and there we have it. So now I want to get this to my phone. I send it to myself via Telegram along with the password. Then I go to Telegram on my phone. I copy the password, I open the link, I enter the password, right? So I can add a task here. Record video, which I'm doing right now. Priority high, due date today, and then I have it and I click on play, and then it starts recording the time for this task. Perfect. And I can drag task around. I'm doing it right now, and when I'm done, I can drag it in. After a day, I can check how much time did I spend on what task. Perfect. First version of this app is done. I can add this to my home screen by clicking on share, click on add a short, and I want to click add, and now it's here. You see here is my work. I can just open it whenever I need it and track my tasks. So let's expand the sidebar and let's go to customize. And here you see connectors. A connector is just a key that opens a door Claude couldn't get through before to some of tools that you might already be using every day, like Gmail, Google Calendar, Google Drive, Notion, Slack, and so on. If you wanted to add a new one that's not connected yet, you just click on add. I would go to browse connectors first. There are a few native connections to some of the most popular tools. It's just like select one, literally, click connect to Claude, and then Claude has access to my Canva account and can perform certain tasks. So if I go back to connectors, like I've connected it like that, and it can read my Google Calendar, it can create calendar events. So let's close that and let's make a test with my Google Calendar. I'm gonna use this prompt here. Look at my Google Calendar for the next week and find me 3 2-hour blocks where I'm completely free, then put them in as events called work. And there we have them, 3 blocks of times added to my calendar by Claude Code. Hardly anyone knows that Claude Code can edit videos, not just remove long pauses from videos or retakes or repeats, but also add animations, add sound effects, and even B-roll videos to your raw footage, and spits out a video that's almost perfect and ready to be published or used wherever you need it. So let's do just that. Let's go create a new folder, call it Claude, 2 files in it. So that's actually the video, the introduction of this, right? And I want to drop this into the video Claude editing demo. So I paste it in here, and then I give Claude access to that. You already know how to do that. Claude Code projects in my case, and there we have Claude editing demo, select folder. Go back to my guide, and I just want to cut the silences and repeats. So just paste this in here. There's a raw clip in this folder, cut it clean. Give me the final file of my video. Here it is. Claude Code is by far the most powerful AI tool you can put on your computer. Now I want to add animated graphics. For that, let's go to the second kind of connector, the custom connector. So here on the bottom, click on connectors, then go to add, click on add a custom connector. So because I want to add hyperframes, that's like a free tool. MCP hyperframes, and then I click that, and that it gives me this URL here, the MCP. So I would paste it in here, call it hyperframes, and then click add. And then it's going to force you to log into your HN account. It's like a video editing tool. You can set up a free account, and then once you have confirmed that, it will show up here, right here as hyperframe, and then it's connected to Claude Code. Now I'm going to say add an animated title card full screen to the start of the video using hyperframes. Make sure to give me the transcript first with the exact timestamps you want to cover with this hyperframe animation. Also add a sound I can hear. Make the graphic match the script and the animation match the time codes of each word, so it fits in perfectly at the beginning of the video. And here it is. Claude Code is by far the most powerful AI tool you can put on your computer. But you can turn this into a skill, so I can tell Claude Code the entire process we have just run through, save it as a skill, so the next time you avoid the mistakes you have made today. Now it tells me the skill is installed, no restart needed. It shows give my active skill list a soul. And if I click on slash, type in edit and title card. So basically it's the process we've just run through. And and then it's saved. So what I could do, I just, next time I want to do the same thing and just type in this and it's say run it, and then it's going to walk me through the entire process we've just worked out. There is also another way to add skills. So they don't need to come from your own process, but you can basically just search skills online. Someone can share a skill with you. So I go here under customize, and then I go to skills, and then I can click on upload a skill. Click on this, and then skill files are like skill files. They are called a skill file, right? That must be .skill. And then you see the title remixer was added here. Then I can go back and go to new. Now when I type in / normally the skills show up, but it hasn't loaded my skills yet, so it's not the one I've added. So what I would tell Claude first is basically just load all skills, but first I need to select another folder. Let's just this one, and now I can type YouTube, right? Anthropic skills. I think this is what I've added, right? The title remixer. So I can say run this. Now it walks me through the process. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button and a notification bell so you don't miss any of my next videos.